Okay, what up ladies and gents, your favorite Asian robot right here, hopefully your favorite official content creator for First Descendant, and today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through every single Void Erosion Purge level. We are going to use the Ines build that I taught you about yesterday. It is very simple to go through from levels 1 to 25. I'm going to do a full walkthrough of every level. It will be all timestamps, so you can go wherever you need. This is the exact same build that I showed you last time, same modules, everything. Alright, it's all here. In fact, the inversion reinforcer, we're going to leave it the same because for levels 1 to 20, it really doesn't matter unless you're aiming for the best clear time. Okay? So let's get fully started. Starting from level 1. Okay? As I mentioned, I'm going to go through every single level. No exceptions. So if you guys need assistance on the Void Erosion Purge, you can actually see every single level walked through just for you. Now, for levels 1 to 10, with this particular build, you are God. What does that mean? You can literally ignore everything that comes your way and just move. If you think I'm kidding, watch this. Everything can be safely ignored because nothing will hurt you. In fact, let's go a little faster. Toss your snare trap.
Keep trying. This is where it ends. You can't escape. This is going to sting a little. This is going to hurt.
As you can see, you literally should not need much coaching with this. Literally toss one skill and they're all gonna die. This holds true for literally up to level 10. You might encounter some minor difficulties here and there, but it's really not gonna bother you.
This is where it ends.
Ah, there's Ledras. You can see that even just one cast of your stuff is gonna absolutely annihilate him, so poor fella.
Begin tracking.
Okay, you're done in 1 minute and 20. Alright. Minute and 40, sorry. So we're gonna move on. That's level 1 done. Level 2, same thing. No difference. Now this video is gonna be very long, but at least you guys will get a full walkthrough of pretty much everything that we're gonna do. So no time for the Black Widow pose. We're not gonna change anything. Go straight to level 2. This is Legion of Immortality. They're weak against toxic. Doesn't matter, don't care. You can literally ignore elements, weaknesses, everything all the way up to level 20. And in fact, only levels 21 to 25 are going to require a little bit of awareness. But again, we'll do that as we get to those stages. Okay? Okie dokie day, here we go. Level start. Now I usually just cast my second skill after some bumps. If you really want to, you can shoot your gun. Alright, but it's not necessary.
Let's end this.
Usually for speed, after the second wave, I will start casting my snare trap. Alright, you can do so once every 2 waves, roughly. It's up to you, it's just to maintain speed. You want to maintain as much speed as possible. Won't be taking too long, right?
This is going to hurt. You can't escape.
Now here in these lower levels, leave it to your Doge to pick up more items, so don't worry too much. your dog will pick up the items you need. You can, up to I think about level 5, you can quite literally just ignore
There's no
elements
getting away.
entirely. You won't even need to pull out Voltia.
Keep trying.
So I'm speed running this a little bit because, again, like I said, low levels, if you've got the build, it's all over. You will have zero difficulty pulling this off.
Bastards. Let's end this. Damn it, no. This is where it ends.
Oh, that's the boss already. Okay, great.
Damn it.
Now, if the boss has this shield, just shoot the little thingies on his shield and you're done. Okay, there you go. So that's mission rank number 2. Yeah, about 2 minutes. Easy peasy. Nothing difficult or fantastic. Loading time, we go into the next one. There you go. I tell you, loading time is going to take up a lot more of your time for the early stages. But I know that some people might like a walkthrough, so here you go. Okay, number 3. Again, up to rank 5, we don't even need to care about the elements on the weapons. Up to rank 10, we don't even need to care about the elements on the weapon. Rank 10, you can worry about it afterward if you want to. I'm not going to, okay? I'm just going to show you that you can pretty much raw dog it, but if you really want to, then pay attention to what I do from ranks 21 to 25. You can apply the same thing to the earlier stages if necessary with your inversion reinforcer and with your secret garden. Okay. If you really want to, you can shoot these guys with the RK shield, but here you don't have to worry too much. Okay? If it bothers you, start pulling out Voltia for those shielded ones. Once again, same principle. After the second group, you will be able to cast your snare trap, and you will start using it on every alternate group or so, just to maintain your kill speed.
Take this. Damn it, no. Don't you dare run away. Begin
There you go.
tracking.
There we go. Use Voltia for just a second to pop the shield. Snare trap out.
Boom. Let's end this.
You're about 1 minute in at this point.
This is where it ends.
There's the boss.
There's no getting away. Let's end this.
Okay, clear. Nothing fantastic or special. 2 minutes, 8 seconds. Relatively speaking, the first few levels were all the same. The difficulty starts to ramp up 10 onwards, and it gets a little crazy after 20, but As long as you've got the build, you will not have any difficulties. Okay. Next. Now 4.
This is where it ends.
Okay. Now for these maps, right, you will notice that they're very open. Not a lot of cover. But as it's low levels, all you got to worry about is just casting. Same thing, first 2 groups you cast your skill, and then after that you snare trap. That's it. Nothing special or difficult. When you see the bubble, pull out your Voltea, get rid of the bubble. Try not to walk into the explodey dudes, but even if you do, it's okay. I guarantee you'll finish within time with these builds. Whether you die a couple of times or not, you'll be totally fine. What I like to do is I usually run to wherever they are spawning. Alright, I'll run in the direction of where they're spawning until they stop spawning in that direction. Then, going on from there, I'll do the same thing in the opposite line. So here,
Let's end this.
I see them spawning, I just keep moving, moving, moving. When I need to, I'll toss out another snare trap, especially if the enemies are a bit distant. And that's it. Funnily enough, the principle that you're applying here will be the same principle you apply on difficulty 4. Because it's the same map, essentially. Where's the... Oh, there's the last enemy. On these ones where it's very open, I find it very annoying sometimes because the enemies will spawn, but you won't be able to see them, and they won't get caught by your skills and abilities, just like the other guys, so yeah. Just be aware of that, but don't let it bother you too much. It's totally fine. Okay, now they start spawning in the center, and this is the grand finale. Alright, so this is where you just toss your snare traps in the center, run around the edge, pick up all these orbs, and relax. You are in literally no danger. Debuff this target, and then just carry on. Debuff the target, carry on. Okay, done. Roughly 2 minutes, 53 seconds. Nothing special or fantastic. Off we go. Now we do level 5. And you just keep going and going and going. It is thankfully a very straightforward, simple process. 1 to 10, no need to think. Beyond that, you might need to think a little bit. Okay, so let's not waste time. Let's go over to number 5. Just realized my camera positioning is slightly off center. My bad about that. Pull out your Voltea, zap their shield, and then carry on.
This is where it ends. going to hurt.
Now I screwed up there a little bit because I cast my snare trap when there literally wasn't anyone to kill. Don't worry that you've got time to change all this. If you really need cover, you can just stand behind a box or whatever. But early stages, no need to worry too much. Cast your snare trap at every alternate group or so, and you're good to go. Sometimes you kill them so fast that you don't even think about casting your snare trap, which is good. Alright. Sometimes you'll even kill them in the next room before thinking about casting your snare trap. Whatever happens, don't mind it too much. Early days are easy days. Okay, all clear.
No getting away. Begin tracking.
Here's the boss. You can literally stand in front of him and nothing's gonna happen to you. Alright. 2 minutes, 25 seconds. There you go. That's Void Erosion 5. 5 clear. 5 lol. Alright, so that's that. Let's move on. Now 6 to 10 are going to be the same thing, tiny bit harder. Like I said, a real game starts after 10, and even then it's not that difficult, but let's do it anyway. Onward. Okay, here we go. Now, like I've already said, it's going to be the same thing, so you don't need me to explain it, right? But even if you do, get rid of the shield, put back the secret garden, cast, move on. First 2 waves, no snare trap. Third wave onward, fire a snare trap, cast and go. Now do you see the enemies start to hurt a little bit? Alright, at this time you probably can't charge into them. This is the only thing that I would say is a tiny bit harder, but well, honestly you'll be fine most of the time. Even if you want to charge at them, at most you'll die, but it's just going to extend your time by 24 seconds and you're in no risk of failing at all, even with like 5-6 deaths. But please don't die. Where possible, do not die. Okay? See what we're doing? See what we're doing? Same thing, same thing, same thing. Same thing, same thing, same thing.
Let's end this. Keep trying. Take this.
You can see that you can almost like sleepwalk through it, right? There's very little danger in the early stages with this build. You might get close to death, but you can actually just cast faster than they can even spawn. Which is the great part. You won't be able to do this past level 10. I thought he would teleport, but apparently he didn't. Okay, that's wild.
Damn it.
Right, that was 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Basically, every single one up to about 10 is going to take roughly the same time. It's not going to challenge you or make you do anything weird or wonky. It's very straightforward. Only thing you got to start panicking about is everything after. So again, here we go. Number 7. Once again, is anything gonna change? Absolutely not.
Keep trying. My shield. Come on.
Need a little bit of Voltea to pop the shields? Do so.
There's no getting away. This is where it
Now
ends.
here you can cast a snare trap a bit early if you want to,
Damn it.
but that's the only variation here. And even then, only because the enemies spawn relatively
This
close.
is awesome, huh?
But because you've got ground to cover, you probably want to move as quickly as you can.
This is going to hurt. There's no getting away. Take this.
Okay. If you get frozen, you might suffer a little bit, but you can just pick up some health orbs. There's plenty. So in the lower ranks, don't sweat it too much. You can, once again, just bully your way through. Just like that.
You can't escape.
Fun fact, at this level, the Farseers aren't a threat. Beyond this level,
Take this.
or sorry, in the later levels I should say. I should stop saying beyond this level, but in the later levels,
There's no
the Farseers, you are going to hate them because they have all, look, they'll just beam you like that and you cannot effectively dodge their stuff. It's so annoying.
This is where it ends.
And clear. There. Okay, 2 minutes 15. Like I said, each one is always about there. 2 minutes 15, done. On to the next. That was 7, right? Man, I'm losing track of the numbers here. Okay, that was 7. Now on to 8. Thank God it shows me the last one I did. Phew. Else I would have gone all the way back. Sorry, my allergies are bothering me a little bit. This inhaler helps. Okay, let's do this. Now, if you encounter this area again, what do? Same thing. Pop the shield. Cast, cast, cast. Once you've cast a couple of times, blast them. Once you've accumulated enough power, where the enemies spawn, put a snare trap and off you go. Enemies spawning, put a snare trap. Enemies no longer spawning in this direction, go backward.
This is awesome.
Okay, next, this way.
You can't escape.
Go until the enemies stop spawning. Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go.
There's no getting away. Keep trying. Damn it. Let's end this. Begin tracking. You can't escape.
Ah, there's the enemy. This is the only thing I hate about this particular level. It's so annoying when you don't know like where that last guy is.
Keep trying.
Try not to fall off the map if you can avoid it. If you can. If you cannot, it's totally okay. Toss the snares and keep going. Next. Next.
Begin tracking. This is going to hurt. This is going to sting.
Some people have asked if these levels take longer because the enemies are tougher. They're not.
My shield.
They take longer because the enemies are just annoyingly spread out. Okay. Okay, debuffed. Then go behind the wall and win. Okay, clear. 2 minutes 40 seconds. On we go. All right. Ah, my chains are tangled. It sometimes happens. Whoops. All right. Again. Now on to number 9. Actually gonna make myself slightly bigger. Slightly. Just so I can relax more comfortably on screen. I like to show my face when doing stuff like this so that people can see, hey, it's a real human being. Even though I'm called RealAsianRobot, yes, I get the irony. Pull out Voltia, zap.
Keep trying.
Now this second group is larger, so you might want to throw your snare trap on it. But basically, same thing that we've been doing this entire time. You can see that there's no difference, right?
There's no getting away. You can't escape. Let's end this. This is going to sting a little. Damn it, no. This is going to hurt.
Shield, Voltia, it's popped. Okay, carry on.
There's no getting away.
I'll just plonk that down here. Now you will see me playing very untactically all the way up to 10.
Damn it, no.
Up to 10, tactics don't matter. You can safely ignore them. You can completely ignore tactics at all.
This is where it
All you need to do is just rush.
Keep trying. tracking. Oh, damn it. Take this. Oh. My shield. Damn that.
There's Gramoth. Debuff him.
This is going to sting.
Now for the bosses, you might want to take some cover. Okay, if you're just not 100% confident,
There's
it's
no
totally
getting
cool.
away.
I usually take some cover. Shoot him a little bit if I want to debuff him, but yeah, he's done. Okay. I believe that's 9. 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Onward we go. Now we're finally going to hit 10. All right. Now, 10 is the last of the so-called easy peasy ones where you don't have to think. 11 onwards, it's not difficult, but you may need to think a little bit. Okay, I'm going to forewarn you. But 10, you can just go through without thinking. At most, you're going to die once or twice just from walking into the explosions yourself. Or just getting beamed by 2 Farseers or something. Don't sweat it even if you do die. You will never exceed like 4 or 5 minutes even. Unless you just walk into every single bit of explosions, gunfire, then okay, whatever, but you should be fine. Okay, y'all know the drill. Same principle, okay?
My shield. Come there. Boom.
Ow. Look at this Farseer hurting me. How dare it. You're not screwed, Ines. Stop trying to make a mountain out of a molehill.
No. Take this.
See, at most you die. And you start back here. And you go again. Notice how you're starting to die if you rush a little bit too much? Yeah. This is where you will start, and I mean start, to use tactics a little bit, and they will become more obvious in 11 to 20, which I will start applying from here on out. Okay? But for this one, you can, like I said, you can just muscle your way through if you don't, if you want to. You don't even need to care for the most part. I was gonna pull out to Voltea, but there was only one guy left, so it was kind of pointless. Okay, the Dao got everything.
This is where it ends. Give up. Let's end this.
Okay, pull out Voltea, zap, 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 done.
Damn it, no.
Oh, the boss spawns here. Whoops, sorry about that. Literally just wasted my snare trap there. Don't do that. Okay, that part, do not follow. This part you can follow. Snare trap, quick debuff, and then he's done. Alright, so we died once, so that'll set you, instead of 2 minutes 40, you get 3 minutes and 7 seconds. But in actuality, you only spend 2 minutes 40. Okay? Alright, that's Void Erosion 10 done. Now we move on to the real deal. Now, starting here, we will start to apply tactics. We will be actually applying tactics. Now, we're still going to be going just as fast, but we're going to start using cover. Okay, so we're not just going to barrel our way through. There'll be a slight decision-making process with each encounter, and we'll go through as quickly as possible while also keeping ourselves as safe as possible. Okay, so let's get started. Now, the real deal. Okay, don't do this one brainless. Actually think before the encounter. It'll slow you down by a couple of seconds, but it'll stop you from having a death timer. Now, even if you were to die 3-4 times, you're still not going to exceed the time. I will be very clear about that, but you will want to avoid it. Okay, where possible, please avoid it. Please avoid death. Please avoid just straight up dying. Okay. Okay, you see, oh, the shield popped already, whoops. Yeah, I was gonna pull out Voltea, I guess it wasn't necessary. Now, first two groups, no cast. Alright. If you see an enemy like that, living artillery, back up a little bit. Go toward the nearest cover and cast from behind the cover. Get used to this methodology because it's what you're gonna apply in 20 to 25. Cast, go to the nearest cover, and then cast from there. Notice how I'm doing that? You're going to be killing these enemies, but you want to get used to casting from cover. Alright, some areas you can rush, but for the most part, behind cover. Okay? Respect and apply cover. Try to find the nearest possible cover and then use it. If you see the storm warriors, yeah, start worrying a little bit about those. Okay. You want to blast them past most groups, you can. There you go. You can open with a cast of snare trap, get to cover. Nearest available cover. Sometimes while running to cover, you will kill them. That's okay. That's good. Utilize the walls. Try to avoid peeking. Why is this important? You can see that I'm taking very little damage, but I'm taking longer to complete this stuff. So you might think, why would I bother doing this? Okay, you got to be careful, because at the end of the day, what's going to happen is that an enemy could just come out of nowhere, and then you're going to suffer. All right, or they might throw a grenade, or they might bombard you. This is going to be more important on the later levels where you're not killing the enemy as easily. All right, find the nearest available cover once again, and cast safely. Okay, once they go immune, toss double snare trap if possible. Find nearest available cover, even if it's this box right here. There we go. Alzarok down. Okay, so that's level 11. You're still going at about the same time, but you want to start using cover more often. Okay, don't just rush through. It's not going to change your time drastically, unlike the previous levels, but you need to get into the mindset. Once you're 11 to 20, from levels 11 to 20, please get into the mindset of constantly using cover. You see me applying this consistently throughout the next few levels. Why? Again, I cannot emphasize this enough. 21 to 25 will be hell for you if you do not get used to cover. Okay? Especially if you want to use Ines to just sort of sleepwalk through the content. It's going to require a little bit of thought. Okay, now we're on to 12. This one again, huh? All right. For the shielded enemies, I'm just going to toss my stuff. Here, there is no cover, right? So you just try and run away from most of these targets while casting. Where the enemies spawn, toss the snare trap, stay away from the exploders, and just keep going. Pick a direction, go until there's no more spawns. Then go in the opposite direction.
Damn it, no.
Jump around and try and make sure that you don't become a stationary target. And don't go off the map. Okay?
Begin tracking.
These types of rounds are more about
Let's end this.
maintaining your speed and momentum as you crush and kill your way through enemy forces. Okay, enemies stop spawning, so back the other way. Enemies a shield, Voltia. Oh, there we go.
Bastards.
I cut the beam a little too early.
Damn it. This is going to sting a little. Damn it, no. Let's end this. Keep trying.
Okay, up top.
This is going to hurt.
Okay, middle area spawned.
Damn it. My shield. Damn it.
Find some cover. Go to the safest, nearest cover you can find. Okay.
Take this.
Debuff the boss. Run to cover. Now Claudia can attack you behind cover with her AoE attack. So not that one, but this one. All right. During this time, however, she is vulnerable, so you can go right back under cover. No problem. All right. There you go. Okay, that's 12 cleared. Took you about 3 minutes. Now move on. These will take slightly longer owing to the increasing enemy hit points, but again, they're not big threats. They're not very dangerous. It's okay. You'll be fine. Okay. 13. Okay. First group. You don't have your snare trap. Just get rid of the elite. Alright, you're good. Second group, you still don't have your snare trap yet. That's okay. Just cast. You'll have plenty of power. Now, if you want to use it here, you can. Alright, but usually they'll be dealt with anyway. Stay behind the wall. Use cover. You're essentially applying the same principles that you learned in the previous rounds, but now you will use cover.
This is going to sting.
When there's only one enemy remaining, you don't have to be so worried, but yeah. Try to stick with cover as much as possible.
Take this.
Use Ines's boosted movement speed from her 4th skill to continuously get behind cover.
No.
Pick up health drops along the way so that you're always topped up.
This is where it ends. Here, God. My shield. Thunder.
Again, if the Farseers bother you, try and find cover that blocks them off specifically. Funny enough, this doesn't look like it'll be cover, but it actually is, so I like using that. Okay.
Let's end this. Begin tracking. Don't you dare run away. Oh, damn it.
Notice how closely I'm sticking to cover? That's all. Stick to cover each time. You see the group of enemies? Okay. Toss a snare trap, find the nearest available cover.
Bastard.
Put a wall between you and them.
This
Always.
is where it ends. Eliminate. Begin
Okay,
tracking.
here we go.
My shield. Thunder.
Okay. Okay, I messed that up.
No.
Nobody look at me.
You can't
Sometimes I
escape.
swear the area they teleport to is weird. It's like off center. Okay, that's done. Now that is Void Erosion 13 cleared. 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Notice the timer is taking a bit longer each time. This will continue. So it will slowly get a little bit longer, a little bit longer. Okay. There we go. Now, at this point, like I said, using cover is the only thing you're going to have to learn. Toughness-wise, the enemies are not that difficult. And they're not going to suddenly absolutely shred and annihilate you. They will, though, past 20. But from levels 11 to 20, just learn how to take cover and you'll be fine. You'll be slightly slower because you're always taking cover instead of barreling straight through. But this is better for you. This is overall better for you. Oops. Set the wrong scene. All right, let's go. Bubble enemies, pull out Voltia. If it's a Vulgus War Slave, like I said, you can literally just move past them and ignore them. Find cover, find cover. Next area. Now I accidentally popped the snare trap there, which I wasn't supposed to do.
Begin
It was actually supposed to be for this group, but that's okay.
Let's end this. Boom.
At this point, the snare trap is still more for mobility than it is for
My shield.
any extra damage. Of course, the damage it'll deal is high, but you're using it more to move quickly.
Eliminate. This is awesome, huh?
Notice how I'm just automatically taking
Can't
cover,
escape.
and if I see a grenadier's grenade, I try to get out of there. All right, pick up your health drops before moving on. Enemies up there, great.
Take this.
Take cover. When you're not 100% confident rushing through, take cover. If you're 100% confident rushing through, rush through.
This is going to hurt.
I'm actually going to back up a little bit. Take cover behind this box. Okay, clear. Fire. Behind cover. I was about to say ignore the Vulgus War Slave, but he died so quickly that it didn't really matter at all. Now, there were some guys with shields here, but that's okay.
You can't escape.
I saw that those were grenadiers, so we're gonna just move past them. Oh, okay, it's already over. Oh, it's Ledras again. And he's done.
Take this.
Send out the traps, and then he's done. Okay, Ledras killed. 2 minutes 36. Oops. Actually went to the Descendant page instead of moving on. Alright. That's another one down. Now, onward! We're almost to the real deal now. The real deal? Now that'll be fun. Okay, we've cleared 14. Now we clear 15. Now, you're going to start seeing enemies ramp up again once we're on 16 to 20. Okay, this is natural, and this is normal. Okay, here we go. Okay. In this first room, blast that. This might sometimes take you a while, especially if you see a Farseer. Notice how enemies are no longer dying as easily. This is the gate. This is the gateway to slightly tougher stuff, but Ines can still get you through it. Just don't phase tank and try to get behind cover. Alright? In every instance, I will find cover first. Now, some of the trackers stuff will hit you through cover, so be careful with that. Make effective use of cover and move. When elite doesn't instantaneously die, I will shoot it a little bit. At least get the debuff on it.
This is going to hurt.
Okay. Send that out, switch to Voltea. Burst the shield, done. Move. Bang, move.
This is where it ends. Damn it.
Okay.
No.
Bang. Alright, you're tossing snare traps and just using your first skill. That's all.
My shield.
You also occasionally use your second skill if necessary. Like if I got a bunch of guys, I'll just detonate them with my second skill, get a bit more damage onto it. Try to maintain your movement speed and just keep going. Where possible, seek cover, or where necessary, seek cover. Especially from the Farseers. But where it's not necessary, just go through.
Let's end this.
Find cover, even if it's small. Ooh.
Damn it.
Find better cover. Okay, we're here. When you get to the boss, you know what to do. Just cast your lightning, don't think too hard.
This is where it ends.
Okay. Full debuff. There we go. Two minutes 57 seconds for Void Erosion 15. Let's head back to town. Okay. Now, 16. Now things will start to get a little bit more real. At this point, the enemies aren't really spongy, and your Ines can still keep up. But I'm gonna say this straight: they're gonna start dealing more damage. So once you get from 16 to 20, cover is more important. Where possible, try to avoid face tanking too much. Too much. You can still face tank a little bit, but you've only got 12,000 hit points to play around with, and you want to get used to surviving because 21, 25, yeah. Okay, 16 is this usual thing. You already know what to do. We'll follow the same format, but we'll play a little bit smarter. That's all. No bubble, huh? Okay, good. Ah, there's the bubble. Pull out your Voltia, get rid of the bubble.
This is going to hurt.
If necessary, toss a snare trap. And if you need to start debuffing the elites, do so.
This is awesome. Bastards. My shield. Begin tracking. There's no getting away. Let's end this. Boom. This is going to sting.
Okay, keep moving in this direction.
Oh, damn it.
Shield. Oh, is it done?
Damn it, no.
That shield disappeared real quick.
My shield. Damn it. You can't escape.
Excuse me.
Bastards. Damn it. My shield. Damn it. Damn it.
Okay, they're spawning in the center. Here we go.
You can't escape.
Take out Voltia for the shields. Shields done. Another snare trap. Run around the edge.
Bastards.
Debuff.
Going to sting.
Then use your skills. Okay. Cast a snare trap.
It's going to hurt.
Second snare trap. Debuff quickly. Even if you don't get full debuff, it's okay. Just cast your first skill. Stay safe beyond cover. Okay, clear. 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Okay. Back we go. That was 16 clear. Now it's on to 17. Not too crazy, right? Not too crazy. Okay. Load. I hate how it says entering and takes like 17, 18, 19 seconds to load. Look at that down there. Oh, I want to show you guys the timer by removing my camera, but it was already up to 20 seconds. It's a solo thing. Why is it taking so long? Come on. Just let me in. Let me at him. Okay, here we are. 17. Up, shields. Bring out Voltia. Okay. Well, there's not much cover. Try to squeeze yourself into a corner. Alright, it'll help.
Keep trying.
Now here, if you do not find good cover, you're gonna die. Alright? It can be a little bit difficult here. But even with 12,000 hit points, you can survive. Alright? You'll notice that some of these maps just have very poor cover. You're gonna have to deal with that. So where possible, take cover. Take cover, take cover, take cover.
Begin tracking.
Same rules apply. The Grenadiers and War Slaves are very easy to get past. The rest need a bit of effort. Just keep finding good cover and use your first and second abilities. That's all. If necessary, I will cast it right at the wall instead. It's less effective than casting it in there, but at the same time, it keeps me safer while casting.
Don't you dare run away.
Pull out Voltia, get rid of the shield.
Bastard. Begin tracking. Take this. Let's end this. Keep trying.
It's getting late when I'm filming this video, and I swear to God, this is getting kind of hypnotic. Alright. I'll always find the nearest possible cover to cast. Because that way you don't get instantly bodied.
Shield. There's no getting away. This is awesome, huh?
Okay, enhance Greg clone. Now Greg is a little bit more hit points, but he's not a big deal. Just be sure to dodge the missile attack. 1 cast. 2 cast.
This is going to hurt.
Debuff him. There you go. Clear. And that's 17 done. 3 minutes, 6 seconds. Okay. 18. Notice that I'm just not even bothering to adjust the build or anything. It's just straight barrel through. You don't have to care about adjusting things until you get to 21 to 25. Now 21 to 25, that's where you might want to, you know, have a little bit of adjustment. Okay. Now get very familiar with this map, because this one is also the same map for 26. And yeah, it's a pain.
Keep trying. Oh, damn it.
If the elites are a little bit tougher, then what you do is you just make sure that you debuff them first. That's all. I'm trying to limit gun use, but if I were fully applied the stronger gun that I have, this would be even faster. But just to be more fair to people, I'm just trying to show you guys the situation. If you don't really have a super cord gun, but you've at least got the stats, you can do all this.
Damn it, no. My shield.
Okay, group wasted. Move on.
You can't. Damn it, no. Damn it. My shield. Damn it. Let's end this.
That was a mistake. I meant to throw it on the wall behind him, but it's alright. Thankfully, these guys are still weak.
Take this. Those bastards. My shield. Damn it. Give up. There's no getting away. This is going to hurt.
Okay, get rid of the Farseer first. I'm gonna jump for my dear life. Alright. Ow.
Bastards.
Aha!
Let's end this.
Okay, same principles. Don't peek too much. Stay behind cover and cast. 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 There you go.
This is where it ends.
After you debuff, back behind cover. Done. Okay. 3 minutes and 9 seconds. That's stage 18 completed. Now on to stage 19. 20. And then finally the big leagues. 21 to 25. Now I also have other builds out there for 26, 27. That one's going to require a little bit more testing. So I'm doing these first to help you guys out. And make sure that you guys can handle pretty much everything up to here with just one build. Okay. 19 now. Okay.
My shield. Damn it.
Okay, Panzer, still not too much of a threat, but you'll want to start staying cautious, so you know the usual drill, behind cover. Cast your snare traps to move fast, where necessary.
This is going to sting a little.
Now, here on out, I'm only going to play tactically. No more rushing.
There's no getting away.
So I want you to pay close attention to my movements, because you already know the principles. You know what I'm about to do. Staying behind cover. Cast. Everything's dead? Good.
Begin tracking.
Next set. Find cover. Strike him down. Okay, further down the line.
This is going to hurt. Bastards. This is where it ends.
Right.
This is going to
Okay,
hurt.
back behind cover. There we go.
Damn.
Thankfully, like I've said, the War Slave for some reason does very low damage, so you can, quite frankly, ignore them.
Take this.
They are, in my books, not dangerous. But everything else is, so find cover, cast your second skill where possible, and just survive. Everything dead? Good. Okay. I try to stay out of line of sight for the enemies.
My shield. Damn them.
Okay, good.
This is where it ends.
Once the enemy is debuffed, try to stay away from his fire attack and just stay behind cover. Then get to one of the sides because Grandmoth goes straight to center. Do a double cast.
Damn it.
You have to be very careful of fire in the later stages because the fire will sometimes give you almost instantaneously, so please be very careful. Okay, clear. And that is 19 clear, 3 minutes 17 seconds. Okay. Back to Albion. Now 20 and the big one. The big ones are all coming after this, and they will be the majority of this video. Well, although there are only 5, they will take some time, so... Okay. Let's do this. Now 20 is the same as 16. Just that it's a little bit tougher. Okay. But it's the last real step before you have to actually start considering stuff. This is the last moment of peace. Okay, here we go.
You can't escape.
Get rid of those guys. Now, enemies here will start to hurt. Okay, so this is the last, like, relatively relaxed level. Enemies here are now tougher. So you want to get through this, you're going to have to play a little smart. See enemies spawning, toss your snare trap, go. Try to reach the end of the line while casting as you go. Alright, cast as you go, cast as you go. You see an elite, debuff it a little bit, and then carry on. Now here, don't worry about the enemies. Just keep going in whatever direction they're spawning. Keep going until you stop seeing them spawn. Alright, grab what you need to and then work your way back.
Damn it. This is awesome, huh?
Okay, all the way here. Survive, survive.
Bastards. This is good. Oh, damn it.
Okay, across.
My shield. Damn it.
See shields. Zap and go.
This is where
You
it
see how I'm literally just trying to ignore most of these guys until I get to the end of the line?
Damn it, no.
That is the so-called safest way to play. Although you might occasionally die to one unlucky boomer. You might see a boomba and then you just die, but that's okay. The boom guys will one-shot you, FYI. But don't worry because it rarely happens.
My shield, damn them. Take the the bastards. This is where it ends. Damn it.
Don't walk off the edge like me, okay? I was trying to find enemies and I didn't see where they spawned. But we're gonna pretend that I did. We're gonna pretend that I did. Okay? Once the enemies in the center spawn, same principle as before. Run around the edges, debuff the big elites if you have to. But just run around the edges and cast. Run around the edges and cast. If you've got MP, you can cast. That's all you want to do.
My shield, damn them.
Okay.
Take this.
Now, before Split Cell Dimgore comes in, cast. There you go. Now, this is where the fun begins. He has this thing so you can start pre-shooting the head and sort of like break his immunity that way. Okay? Then just stay behind cover where he can't get you and just blast. There you go. All done. 3 minutes, 20 seconds, 40 seconds. Okay, there you go. No big fuss, and that is Void Stage 20 done. Now 21 to 25, start concentrating. So when I go through 21 to 25, I will actually look at the inversion requirements each time, and we'll adjust the inversion reinforcer accordingly. All you need to adjust is the type of rounds that you're going to shoot, and believe me, it makes a big difference because now you're going to start shooting. Okay? Okay, 21. Legion of Darkness, weak against chill. So first, make sure that your inversion reinforcer says chill. Okay, chill focus rounds, good. Back to the map, 21, let's go. Now this one is slightly different. So what we're going to do is you're going to run toward where they spawn and try to find a little bit of cover there. Okay, build up your plasma. Once you build up your plasma, you can cast your snare traps and start to move fast. Use your Voltea if you start seeing that enemies have shields, assuming that they don't get taken down quickly. But where they spawn, just keep casting snare traps, okay? Like I said, this one is slightly different. I like to go toward the outer edges, if necessary, if I need cover. Because look, it's going to start taking a while to take down the elites. The others, they're not a big deal. But the elites, they are. So find cover where you can. And start working your way through. Where they spawn, snare trap out.
This is going to hurt. Give up.
I cast a mix of my first and second skill. Where necessary, I'll toss my second skill. Alright, but you just basically want to keep casting. Enemy spawn on the opposite side? Good. Snare trap 1, snare trap 2. Keep casting as you work your way down. Where possible, take some cover.
Don't you dare run away.
Enemies on that side, okay. Snare trap 1. Snare trap 2. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Enemies on the other side. Only got one snare trap ready, so one snare trap. It's good enough. Second snare trap. Snare trap out. Okay, Alzarok spawned. First debuff and then run behind cover. Try to avoid death where possible. Once he's been debuffed, alright, you've got 30 seconds. Abuse that. Okay, reload. Get to cover. One, like, quickly debuff him. And once he's debuffed, off you go. Just blast him. Okay, Alzarok down. That is level 21. Rank 21. And I forgot to show you guys the timer. Sorry. In my mind, I was like, I'm done. Let's head back to Albion. Whoops. My apologies. Okay. Next. 22. 22 is Legion of Immortality. As you can see, oops, sorry. It is very weak to Toxic. So we're going to go right here, Inversion Reinforcer. Remove that. Toxic Focus Rounds. Okay. Now we go in. Legion of Immortality. Let's go. Ulti first. Swap back to Secret Garden. And start using your skills. Okay? Now you might say, wait a minute, you're not shooting that much, robot. Why would you need to change your inversion? Because I'm not shooting that much, but you guys might have to. If you find an elite that you can't really kill very well, you might need to debuff them. At that point, you're going to be pretty grateful for the toxic stuff. Alright? Just keep trying to find cover. Go to cover, try to survive.
I may have underestimated them.
Ooh, 63 health left. You see how hard they hit now?
This is awesome.
You're not just going to be able to sleepwalk through this. Okay. From now onward, snare trap first to open up. Debuff the big elites like the Slaughterer. And kill them. Always take cover. The Tracker's projectiles, slower, but they still pack quite a punch, so be careful, alright? Slaughterer, debuff first, then kill. Okay? This is what those focus rounds are for.
This is where it ends. There's no getting away. Begin tracking. Damn it.
If you die, it's okay. The only thing you're gonna lose mostly is your plasma charge, so try to avoid death. But if you do, due to an unlucky fire from, you know, like some of these dudes, like the Tracker and whatnot, it's okay. Genuinely, you'll be fine.
Damn it. There's no getting away. My
Try not to
shield.
stay in the Tracker's projectiles for too long. Cast your second skill where possible. Sometimes in the big swarms, you just gotta suffer a little bit.
That hurts.
But again, even if you die like 3-4 times, at this stage, it's not gonna matter. Just take cover where appropriate, and you'll be fine.
tracking. There's no getting away. Damn it, no. Take this. Keep trying. My shield. Damn it.
Okay, again.
There's no getting away. Give me a bar. Bastards.
Okay. See you there. I'm also trying to limit the number of times I shoot my gun, other than when needed, because mine has some rank 10 cores in it. So I'm trying to show you guys like this can be done even if you don't spend excessively on your guns just yet. Now beyond 25 it's a little impossible, but at least up to 25 you can do some stuff. I'm trying to take some smart positions here by finding cover, but also avoiding the trackers. Shoot a little bit of the slaughterers. Switch. Get rid of the shields.
Let's end this. Damn it, no.
Remember to debuff them fully. There you go. There you go. Damn it.
Oh, damn it.
Once fully debuffed, just go behind a nice little crate. Nice little cube. And you're good. You won. There you go. GG. Alright. That is Void Erosion Purge Stage 22. Okay. All right. Stage 23. Let's do this. Okay. All right, you see the bubble? Burst it with Voltia, swap back to Secret Garden. All right. Farseer, debuff him first. Take him out from behind cover. Notice how the enemies are starting to get tougher now? Yeah. This is why you'll have to understand cover and apply it properly. Okay? And this is where I mentioned elites, you're going to want to prepare the correct inversion. Now, this is Legion of Immortality once again, so you should be alright with what you had before. Sometimes you have to make some risky moves just to get your health. That's okay, especially if more slaughterers and stuff spawn. Take them down, move on.
This is going to hurt.
Debuff the Farseer. God, I hate that guy. Debuff the tracker.
Let's end this.
Oh, darn, I got frozen. The tracker projectiles are your biggest worry. They're a bit of a pain. fire. There we go.
Eliminate.
The Slayers, unlike the Vulgus Warslave, actually deal quite some damage, so please be careful with them. Don't treat them like the Vulgus Warslave, where you just basically use them as a free pass to go on ahead. Okay, Voltea. Kill, okay. Farseer, debuff it. And cast your skills.
Keep trying.
It's still relatively resistant to electricity, but by debuffing it, at least you stand a better chance.
My shield.
Move to the next bit of cover.
Oh, damn it.
Back to previous bit of cover.
This is where it ends. There's no getting away. Begin tracking. This is going to steal my shield. Damn it.
I need to get cover.
No.
Okay, survived a little bit. Sometimes you gotta play a little bit wildly.
Bastards.
Go get health before moving on. Notice that I'm only taking the health drops at the end of the engagement. That's usually the best way.
This is going to hurt.
Unless you're in desperate need, try to avoid taking it too early, yeah? Okay.
My shield. Come on. Bastards. This is going to sting a little. Oh, damn it.
Okay. Once debuffed, you know what to do. I usually save all my plasma for second phase, as always. So just keep casting, just keep casting. Alright. Second phase has begun. 2.
Take this.
Debuff. Once fully debuffed, good. This is where you can enjoy. Done. Okay, so that's stage 23 cleared. 4 minutes, 35 seconds. Alright. Go back. 24 and 25. That's it. This will take almost 2 hours, but it will provide a full walkthrough. Okay, 24. Let's do this. Okay. Now for this one, take note that you don't need to worry about your inversion reinforcer, only because Ines has the advantage already. Alright? And your weapon is only going to be for debuffing. However, if you really want to, put the electric rounds onto your Secret Garden. However, you'll see that Ines is doing just fine.
My shield.
Because she is lightning element and these guys are theoretically weak against that. Alright, at the later stages, you're not going to do diddly squat to these guys. But for this stage, for 24, you're still able to damage them significantly. You might need to debuff some of the bigger ones. Alright, some of the big boys. Debuff them first and then spam your lightning. But for the most part, they will die. See?
Damn it. No.
She's still okay. Cast your stair traps. Where they spawn. Bust out your Voltea and get rid of those shields. And then other than that, just debuff the big dudes,
My
and you're okay.
Come on. Damn it. No.
start to get hit a little bit, you know, try and find health. Even if you die once or twice here, like I said, not gonna matter. It's not gonna affect your clear time drastically. Okay? Because up to rank 25, it's not a problem. Rank 25, though, you might want to really adjust. Death, it's okay. You will lose out on your plasma, but again, like I said, it's not going to drastically affect you. You can see how much ahead of the timer we are. So do not sweat it for these stages. You can start to sweat it after these stages. And again, death can sometimes happen simply because you walk into the dudes that explode. Alright, it's very, very common. But if you are really concerned, then change your inversion reinforcer before doing this one. And you should be okay.
You can't escape. Begin tracking. This is going to
There
sting.
we go.
Take this. Keep trying.
Move around, move around, move around. 1, 2, 3. Move around, move around.
No. Let's end this.
Now here, the enemies spawn all up in the center, but you will still be able to break them all down, so don't worry too much. Just run around the edges if it bothers you. And when Claudia spawns, well, take down the elites first. Don't worry too much about Claudia. If you die, you die. Don't sweat it. Again, like I said, you are going to be way ahead of the timer here. Okay, so kill off the elites first. Don't worry about Claudia. Now, once the elites are actually dead, debuff Claudia, avoid her AoE, and you're pretty much good to go. Aim your secret garden. Okay, crack her skull. Reload carefully. You just have to find cover, but please go out of the cover when she does her AoE. That's it. Alright? Once debuff, she's done. Now, we did die like twice there. Okay, but it actually only takes 4 minutes 25 seconds. So, there you go. That's Void Erosion Purge Stage 24. Now, 25, I'm actually going to properly prepare for this one before going in. And that'll be the last one we cover. Now, you've already seen me do it on the build video, but since this is a complete walkthrough, I will clear it again. Okay, one last one. Here we go. This is 25. Legion of Darkness, you're going to need your chill focus. Alright, so Legion of Darkness, we set to chill focus rounds. Please actually prepare for 25, okay? Otherwise, you may encounter some pain. Now, we're going to go through this real quick. So, let's finish this out, and we'll get out of here. Okay, ladies and gents, here we go. First part, get rid of the shield, go straight to cover. Engage them from behind cover. Grenadier, debuff him slightly, and then start casting. Cast from a safe location, because now it's the real shit. Panzer, debuff first. If you start getting knocked out of cover, go to the nearest cover, like that. And if they start to bombard you, you want to get to safe locations. Alright, don't get caught up in the bombardment. You are going to die. And if you die here, well, it may significantly increase your completion time. Because these areas are tough. Okay? Unlucky death there, that's fine. If you practice, you'll be able to do it without death. But I'd rather show you guys a realistic situation. Okay, avoid the bombardment. Keep casting, keep casting, keep casting. There are multiple storm warriors in this one area, so it might look like you're going to exceed your time. Do not panic.
There's no getting away.
The key thing is do not panic. All right, good. Just keep getting to cover. See the grenadier? Debuff him so you can move on quickly. He tosses his grenade, so you'll be fine. Now here, you will start to use your stuff. Ah, War Slave. Can it be ignored? So, you see how many casts it's taking to now break these guys down? Okay. Living Artillery. That's no bueno. But we'll have to survive, so... keep casting your first skill as much as you possibly can. When you get a chance, debuff him.
Begin tracking.
And just keep casting. Okay. Start with your thing. Snare trap. Debuff the Panzer. Watch out for any explosions.
My shield.
Cast your second skill once in a while. If they start bombarding you, you know to run. Get to cover.
Keep trying.
Snare trap. Even if you have to take a longer time, cast from the safest possible cover. Okay? Don't try to rush this too much. Because from here on out, you better know what you're doing.
Damn it. This is going to sting.
If you find that these guys are a bit too tough, cast a snare trap.
No getting away.
This will help up your damage.
You can't escape.
Just focus on casting on the Panzer first. Okay, great.
This is where it ends. There's no getting away. This is going to sting a little. You can't escape. This is going to hurt.
Okay. Clear. Keep going, keep going. Keep moving, keep moving. Find the nearest and safest cover. Deal with the Panzer first.
Damn it.
Okay,
Map change.
clear.
This is where it ends. My shield. Damn them.
Okay.
Bastards. Let's end this. This is awesome. Begin tracking. No. There's no getting away.
Clear. Okay, artillery done. Now the big boss, Ledras. Notice that we have over half the timer left. So we're more than capable of clearing this. And, oh, don't forget to debuff him. Sorry. But yeah, this is even with one death. So If you die a couple of times, you'll still manage this. Try to avoid dying, of course, but like I said, don't panic too much over it. And don't make the mistake that I just did, trying to cast my snare trap before I was out of the AoE. Alright, because Ledras does hurt with a shotgun. There we go. And there you go, clear. Alright. So this one took 6 minutes and 14 seconds, but this is where you have to apply most of your skills. And that's it. That's a full walkthrough of Void Erosion Purge Stages 1 through to 25. Okay, if this helps you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Enjoy. And of course, for the later levels, I will have more specific builds tailored specifically to them. So look forward to that. Thank you very much for watching this, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have fun.